All right, y'all. It's your boy DJ Ern1,
And it's your boy Diff Hue.
and welcome back to the Ern's World Podcast. We on the Portland couch per usual, and this is episode 60.
6-0, the big 6-0. Yes, indeed. We're on our way to that 100. Let's
Big
go.
facts, big facts, big facts. Be back in this thing.
We appreciate everybody tuning in as usual. You already know. And for those that's new to the game, welcome.
Facts. Yeah, tap in with us. And if you're out there and you want to donate, help us keep the lights on, we got the Cash App shit ready for y'all to donate and show us some love. Probably going to have to change the color of this, but we're going to get right eventually. Depending on what scene we're on, you should be able to see it. So I'll put it up again. But the Cash App is $EarnsWorld93 for those of y'all that can't see it at the moment. But yeah, trying to give y'all a bit more to engage with. I've also been doing a little bit more on my end, trying to pull some content together on my own from my bedroom, give you guys a little bit more of me from a personality standpoint. So yeah. How's your week been, man?
Working on this music, songwriting, producing, just really, really focused. It's a lot of time putting into this songwriting process. And, for those that's in my circle, they know I've been dealing with writer's block for a little bit. So it's been a rough road, but we out here, man. We cooking it up. So shit, I can't even complain. Honestly, we making headway, and I'm looking forward to putting some music out. You know what I mean? So
Feel it. Definitely feel you on that. Looking forward to doing what I can as a homie to help you get what you can out as well.
Oh yeah, we're gonna shoot some shit. We're gonna definitely get some content made for sure. But what about you? What you got going on?
Me? Been messing around with, obviously stuff for the podcast, trying to, get right with this. But also just been kind of not editing, but sorting out video footage from this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to get that in order to actually finish editing. I reframed all the 360 cam footage. So I just got to sit down and actually chop everything up.
Computer type shit. Bunch of editing work. Yeah, a bunch of sitting in front of the screen.
Basically.
It's kind of what I've been doing too. I be writing on my phone, but and then also producing is just hours on end just on the computer. I've had some some resets and take some breaks and get some fresh air and go outside. Cool thing about writing is that you can take it where you go. Producing, you can kind of do the same thing too, but for the most part, I'm stationary. Everything's at my crib, and I don't really like to take my equipment and shit out. So if I'm producing, I'm really stuck in that shit, and I'm there. But when I really need to get out, I'll literally go to the park or something and just sit and write some music. For the past 2 weeks, I've been having to get out the house and really just, like I said, get recoup because I'm spending a lot of time, and I'm in a really small spot. So just being in that confined area for hours on end, and sometimes you just need a reset. So I've been just working really hard to get that process and flow right, so I can get new music out for y'all, man.
No, that's fair.
But not to get lengthy on that.
Can't complain about that.
Yeah.
He's trying to give y'all some shit to engage with. So when it drops, fuck with it.
Nah, facts.
Yeah, man. Well, shit, what's first on the list of topics?
We got news topics. Well, just one actually. Random ass shit, honestly. I don't know why. Normally we be having a few news topics. This episode we just gonna get straight into it for the most part. I really only had one news topic and it's so random. But apparently LeBron James is the first athlete to become a Ken doll for Barbie. And they're putting out a limited edition Ken doll in his likeness. He's full suit, not suit, but he's got a whole outfit on, accessories, Beats by Dre headphones, and
they went all out.
Yeah, they went all out. It's a real deal spiel. It's kind of interesting because when I first saw it, I thought it was AI, especially with everybody doing this AI action figure thing that's been going out randomly. So it really did kind of look like it wasn't real for a second. But I was like, nah, this shit is actually real. And it's him with a beard. It's so interesting because like
it actually looks like him.
no, it does look like him. It does look like him for sure. It's just interesting because it's like I'm not mad at it. I feel like we should have saw this a lot more. Why it takes so long for us to get that, I don't know.
Honestly, the craziest thing about it for me...
he's a Kenbassador. That's what they're calling it.
The craziest thing for me was the fact that like he was the first athlete for this to ever happen. Like, obviously, you know, I'm a kid. I'm a guy. I didn't grow up playing with Barbies. They were always around, you know, just to having, you know, friends that had sisters, girl cousins and stuff like that. But I wasn't tapped into that space. So this was kind of a shock for me to see that this is the first time they've ever given an athlete a Barbie doll.
I don't remember.
Cause is this like across all like athletes, like including women too?
I felt like there was Barbie athletes before, but maybe I'm wrong.
It might have been women.
Yeah.
So I guess that would make him still the first male athlete to get a Barbie doll.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool to think about.
I mean, another iconic moment for LeBron James.
Nah, big facts.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, this is cool as hell. I think we're going to check a little video out for it.
Yeah, I got a small little, like, 1 minute video I found on YouTube of a guy kind of giving a little breakdown of what this actually is. So let me run that for y'all real quick. Of course, we got these ads. We still on the free YouTube over this way. But, you know, if you hit the Cash App, we can get off the free YouTube.
LeBron James just became the first male athlete to receive a Barbie Kenbassador doll. Mattel just dropped this $75 LeBron Ken doll, complete with his signature beard, his King James logo, his Beats headphones, and a pair of Nikes that look a lot like Jordans. Now, this isn't LeBron's first doll.
Nike
Back
Vandals,
in 2021,
no,
he had a
Terminators.
Space Jam Ken rocking the Toon Squad jersey. But this time, he's actually a part of the Barbie universe. And he's technically the first official Kenbassador ever, which is Mattel, the parent company of Barbie's way of saying that LeBron is here to help us sell more dolls. However, LeBron is not the first athlete to partner up with Mattel. Serena Williams,
what I
Gabby
figured.
Douglas, and Naomi Osaka have all had dolls from Barbie. For the last 80 years, Mattel has been on a mission to stay relevant and be a part of culture. They dropped the Barbie movie in 2023, which gave their stock a huge bump, and they want to continue to ride that wave, making LeBron the perfect person to collaborate with. He's a global icon, athlete, and businessman. My guess is the next male athlete will be Travis Kelce.
That wouldn't be a bad
Probably
choice.
Taylor Swift. And if they make that happen, it could open up a whole new wave of culture collectors. Now, I personally think this LeBron doll isn't even going to be for kids. It's going to be adults who grew up watching Bron who buy this. And I'm not even going to lie, it looks pretty clean. Now, this probably won't even matter because most people who buy this won't even own dolls prior to this.
How
But
tall he
the
is
doll
compared
is
to the Ken.
technically way taller because he is 6'9".
That is funny that they actually make sure to make him taller than the average Ken doll. Which makes sense because he's tall and he's an NBA player. I like that little small detailed signature in that. That's cool as hell.
Yeah, no, it is dope.
Me being a collector, I don't care for Barbie, but at the same time, there is certain little Barbie things that, like, depending on what it is, I might consider getting it as a collector. I don't care about LeBron James, but as a culture, like just being a part of the culture, like I might consider getting that if I really wanted it. Like
I mean, if I had the 75 just to throw on a Barbie doll, I would definitely cop. I mean, it's like more of like an action figure than it is.
But like, it's not even
Barbie
about
doll.
that. For me, it's like I'd have to really be invested in somebody like him because for me, it's like I'm gonna spend $75 on a toy. There's a lot of other toys that I would much rather have. But for cultural reasons,
yeah, it's just something cool to have.
Exactly. Like I'm not just to have it. You know what I'm saying? And also, he's the first.
Right.
He's the first, and he black.
That part.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
come on.
This was dope to see.
There's a lot of cool moments to this.
I was surprised by it, like I said, because like I thought somebody else maybe had already had a Barbie.
They did.
I mean, like another male athlete.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I was pleasantly surprised to see this happen. Let me just say.
Yeah, no, this was
in a nutshell.
This was dope, especially considering the fact that the Ken doll, you know, is like, I mean, I don't know the market and I don't know how popular Ken doll is, but he is part of the Barbie world, and you don't see a lot of shine for Ken. You know what I'm saying? When the last time you seen Ken?
Honestly, the Barbie movie.
That doesn't count.
That'd be the last time I saw him.
And that's the point. But like, but we all know Barbie and Ken because that's part of the world. But
Right.
you don't. But he was never like a.
He was more of a sidekick, supporting character.
Exactly. So he the side piece.
Basically.
Nah, but like,
and it's funny because they honed in on that in the Barbie movie.
What?
Allegedly, the fact that how Ken is just like a side character.
Mm-hmm.
But like, they go to the real world in the Barbie movie, and like the real world is supposed to be like catered towards men. So it's like Ken's like, I guess fucking with that. He's always been in the Barbie world. Right?
I haven't seen the movie, so I'm just thinking like, because this is yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how they was able to get that shit off. I'm really, really surprised that they was able to, and people actually said it was a good movie.
I mean, yeah, I just felt like it was like, we talked about this.
Did you go see it? You said you haven't.
Nah, we talked about this on the old episode of the podcast, but I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like that shit came out a little too late.
Yeah, I feel like it should
have came out late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, I feel you on that. But it also seems like some shit that would have came out and they would have remade it.
Right.
And this would have been the remake to the original.
That's where I'm like, I feel like there's a missing link here. Like something should have happened that didn't happen.
Hey, look, or maybe it was the right time because it was a box office smash.
I mean, yeah, because I just think it should have came out around the time that like that Tyra Banks like Life Size movie came out.
Oh shit! I forgot about that shit. Was that a Disney movie?
Mm-hmm.
They should have did something with that. That could have been. They weren't ready for a black Barbie though. They weren't gonna make her the main character as a black Barbie, as a Barbie. Not at those times, man.
She didn't have to be the main character. She could have been the black Barbie.
Yeah, but Barbie
They could have just found another model-esque white chick that could act to be the main Barbie. It would have been cool.
You wouldn't have been mad at it?
No.
But because
Barbie is already a white chick with blonde hair, blue eyes.
Tyra was relevant at that time, so it would have made sense
for her to be the black Barbie.
It would have made sense. And that shit probably would have went for real.
It would have.
It shit would have went for real. But hey. All right. Let's move on to the next topic, man. Oh, this is actually your topic.
Oh, yeah. So, wait, which one? The Midnight Club one?
Yeah.
I guess we can run that one. Yeah, so, and this kind of segues into, it's kind of a good segue for the next topic, too, since it is video game related. Both of them are. At least for me, anyway. But I grew up playing Midnight Club OD heavy back in the day. Did you?
Hell no, I didn't like racing games unless you kill people.
Okay, well, I played Midnight Club Dub Edition specifically.
Except for Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. It's the only one.
Endlessly back in the day. Like 5th, 6th grade, whenever year that game came out. And the soundtrack for that game was crazy, but it was also dope for the fact that like it would let you explore the I guess the underground racing scene of different major cities around the U.S. So if I remember correctly, Miami was in there, Atlanta was in there, New York, Chicago, Detroit, L.A., and I want to say there was another city on the West Coast. And I think
did they put one out where it's different countries or no?
I'm pretty sure they did. But that game just had the craziest soundtracks back in the day. Like everybody and their mom would be on that shit.
I mean, I remember when me and Patrick went to the Dub Car Show, and I remember they had the game. There was
a whole like lifestyle around like the whole like I don't know car culture in the early 2000s that was kind of not like became mainstream.
Cause Midnight Club, they had a Dub Edition, didn't they?
They did, and that's what I'm talking about. That's the one I had.
Yeah, that shit was lit, and I didn't like racing games, but I appreciated it for the culture. There
was the Dub magazine,
and the soundtrack was crazy.
And they would always feature like cars of rappers and stuff.
I remember going to the Dub Car Show and they had the Dub Edition on display, like the game. You could
you could play it.
You could play it.
But it's just crazy that they even had like that. They got a collaboration with a racing game.
Yeah, it is interesting. That was an era. That's what we should be talking about in the next pod. Is the Dub era.
I mean, we could talk about that
because I had Dub magazines.
There's a whole lot of stuff that goes along with that. I feel like because even the whole like Pimp My Ride TV show, like
which
that
was all
a part
fake.
of it.
So when we find out later,
right,
it's kind of like fuck.
But it still goes hand in hand with that like kind of like over the top, tricked out,
true
car culture and scene that we used to get from the early
I
2000s.
used to have a fucking Dub Car Show poster, man. I think it was fucking Twister.
But me just thinking about the whole like Midnight Club Dub Edition and like even like the Need for Speed like Underground and like Hot Pursuit and stuff like that, it just made me think of like who were the original people that started the underground racing scene that became popularized by like a lot of the video games and shit.
I feel like that shit
we
was
play
from
and tap
Asia,
into.
but I could be wrong.
It is from Asia.
Yeah.
So me doing a little bit of diving on the internet earlier today,
I feel like I know a little something.
Found a little video that I feel like I should kind of showcase to highlight a little bit about the history of these underground car race clubs, groups, subcultures that exist across the world, specifically in Japan, the one that gave us Midnight Club. So let me see if this video will play without an ad. Hopefully it does. Of course, we got an ad.
You can edit this out.
I can. But, yeah. We're going to run this video for y'all.
If you were to close your eyes and picture a street racer, it would probably look something like this. Or perhaps something like this. What you probably don't imagine is this. A well-to-do, respectable businessman. Part of an elite and highly selective club with a strict code of ethics and just one goal. To build and race the fastest cars the world had ever seen. This is the story of the Midnight Club. This is the Bayshore routes in Japan. It's a stretch of coastal highway that connects Tokyo to Yokohama. And while it may not look like much, this is the spiritual home of street racing. To the locals, it's known as the Wangan. Favoured due to its long straight sections and relative emptiness at night, for decades the Wangan was used by racers as a location to push their cars to the limits. Today, with roads growing busier and more heavily policed, street racing on the Wangan has all but died out. But for years to come, stories will be told of one particular group of racers who did things a little differently. In 1987, the Midnight Club, a secret society of highly skilled drivers, was founded. There were already plenty of street racing gangs in Japan at the time, but there were a few key things that set the Midnight Club apart from the rest. For starters, they were highly selective. To become a member, you had to be an exceptionally talented driver with a suitably fast car. But first, you had to serve as an apprentice for a year and attend every single meeting during that time. And that wasn't as easy as it sounds. Because the members of the Midnight Club were wanted criminals, the meeting locations were shared via coded messages in the classified ads of local newspapers.
They
would
lit.
read something like,
That's fucking
for
lit.
sale, hand-knitted socks at
That's so
excellent
dope.
prices. For more information, come to Daikoku Car Park this Wednesday at midnight.
Wow.
Only 10% of applicants were ever accepted into the Midnight Club, and numbers rarely exceeded 30 members.
This could
in
be a
total.
movie.
They were
Right.
also
Why we
highly
ain't get
surprised there
protective
hasn't
of their
been
name.
one.
Right.
Many
yet,
aspiring
or they
young
haven't made
racers
one yet.
fraudulently decorated their cars with the iconic Midnight decal, and they would often wake up in the morning to find their cars vandalized and the stickers removed. And then there were the cars themselves. In the Midnight Club, races weren't about acceleration or cornering ability. They were about one simple thing: top speed. A member of the Midnight Club was once quoted as saying, "Drifting is for the weak. We only do maximum velocity." In the Midnight Club,
Alright.
you won a race either by reaching the finishing line first, or by getting so far ahead of your opponents that they could no longer see your tail lights. Simply to be considered for membership, your car had to comfortably be able to sit at 160 miles per hour. But in races, cars regularly exceeded 190 and even 200 miles per
Dog.
hour.
They are
And
wildin'.
remember, this is the 1980s. Perhaps that's why so few Midnight Club members were ever arrested. Japanese police cars of the period were limited, by law, to 110 miles per hour.
So that's what I got that quote from
As you may
in
have
Tokyo
guessed,
Drift. You go
Midnight
past
Club
it,
members
that's
did
certain.
not drive
Right.
your
They
average
just wanna go
street
after
racer
you.
cars. After all, the cars weren't just required
Because
to
what's
have
the point?
enormous top speeds. In
Right.
races,
I
they
was
had to
thinking
be
about
able
that.
to maintain those top speeds for up to 15 minutes, meaning they also had to be reliable and well built.
At that point, they probably just let the
This
traffic
resulted in
cameras
Midnight Club members,
do their thing,
many
you
of them
know?
wealthy business owners, spending millions of dollars building some of the fastest and most incredible cars the world had ever seen. There was an obligatory selection of modified Nissan Skylines and Mazda RX-7s, but perhaps the most legendary member's car was this, the Yoshida Specials 930. It started life as an original Porsche 911 Turbo, fondly known as the Widowmaker, and the owner is rumored to have spent the modern equivalent of $2 million
everybody be crashing that shit.
The car, improving every measurable aspect of its performance and increasing its power output.
What the fuck do these people do, bro?
Rich ass businessmen. That's what we're saying.
They're criminals, though.
More than a brand new 911 GT2 RS.
But they got money to put in the shit.
Car built in the 70s.
Yeah, just don't get caught.
The most unique thing about the Midnight Club was not the cars or the skilled drivers. It was the code of ethics. Unlike most street racers who typically drove in a reckless and dangerous manner, the Midnight Club's #1 priority was the safety of other road users. It may seem like a strange thing to say about a group of people who liked to go 200 miles per hour on public highways, but dangerous driving was not allowed. If you lacked the skill to remain fully in control of your car at high speed, you were kicked out. If even once you displayed dangerous or careless behavior while racing, you were kicked out. And then in 1999, disaster struck. One night, a race broke out between Midnight Club members and members of the rival Bosozoku biker gang. The racers traveled into a high-traffic area,
motorcycle looked crazy,
resulting in an enormous crash. 2 Bosozoku bikers were killed, and 6 innocent civilians were hospitalized. The Midnight Club had failed in their pledge never to bring harm to civilians, and overnight, the club was disbanded for good. Street racing should not be condoned, but we have to admit, the Midnight Club did it with style.
That I did not know. That was dope. You learn something every motherfucking day.
Yeah, well, that's like a little brief history, backstory of Midnight Club, the group of people over in Japan that inspired a pretty iconic video game that we grew up with that gave us one of the best lineups of soundtracks for a video game of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, that is one of the classics for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And they kind of, I feel like, inspired the Need for Speed after that. But at least which one was the Need for Speed that went at everybody?
Was it
Underground? Yep, that was the one.
Yeah. But moving along, kind of staying on the topic of video games. This man Elon Musk strikes again. So people have been talking about him being like into video games and him allegedly being one of the top ranked gamers in a particular video game for quite some time. But it wasn't until, when was it? I guess after Donald Trump technically took office that he kind of became outed as a fraud from a gaming standpoint. And you had a little tidbit that you kind of dropped on me earlier.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's true or not. That's why I said I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, this is not to be alleged, but apparently he was paying somebody to actually play the video games for him at one point to, essentially boosting.
I wouldn't say pay.
No, that's what he was doing. He had somebody playing the video game. He was paying somebody to play the video game on behalf of him to boost his rank.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
Right.
It's like, bro, what's the point of you not actually playing it? I don't know.
It's like, even from a gaming standpoint, people that actually game don't respect that shit.
It's kind of whack because I'm at a place where I don't even like to look at his face. So it's like anything he do is kind of cringe.
Nah, big facts.
It really is. It's like, bro, just go. Just like,
and it's just weird because it's like, bro, why are you lying over video games?
It's just his whole. I don't even want to talk about Elon much, man, because it's just gonna get me like. But yeah, go ahead. Continue.
More context to continue to give you guys a little bit more of a backstory on why we're bringing this man up. He was outed. If it wasn't I think it was this past weekend actually, about him. Well, not really outed, but he was playing live streaming a video game that he, I guess, likes to play, and the people in his live chat were trolling him so hard that he rage quit in the middle of his stream. So I have a little video for y'all to give you guys a little bit more backstory on what happened and to give you guys a little bit of a laugh, kind of lighten the mood around a little bit of the political landscape that we've kind of been going through. So hopefully we don't get an ad, but here's this video. Of course we got an ad.
This one's funny. So, if you're not up to the Elon Musk lore, back in the day, he was cosplaying as a Diablo 4 top-tier player. And he did some streams on Diablo 4 showing, I play the game, guys, I'm amazing. But his accounts were piloted by someone else, getting him to some of the highest ranks possible. And then when Path of Exile 2 dropped, he did it again. Miraculously, in the amount of hours that would have been needed to grind up an account to where it was, he couldn't have worked. He couldn't have done any of the things he was possibly doing because it just takes too much time. And this guy logs in with one of the craziest accounts in Path of Exile 2 at the time, with some of the craziest items in the game at the time. And he was like, yeah, this is all my stuff. I earned all this. I'm a grinder. And it was obvious that he was not playing that account. Just the way he moved around the map and played the game, you could tell Elon Musk is not a gamer. Then there was some other stuff that came out about him getting carried in Overwatch, and it appears this guy is maybe not the best on PC. On console, he's just not a good gamer. And then he decides to stream more Path of Exile, and he's getting absolutely blown up and roasted in all the chats. But not only was he bad, he struggled to beat the first tutorial boss, the bloated miner, and he was so dejected. He was so hurt. Couldn't believe it. He's just getting roasted the entire time. But he kept dying, couldn't beat this boss, rage quits the stream. The funniest or most interesting thing here is,
can't beat the intro boss.
Why did he lie about being good? Why did you want the approval of a bunch of random gamers online to be like, wow, Elon Musk?
Because a lot of these motherfuckers be insecure for real.
Who cares what we have to think? It's
that
bizarre.
Part.
But also, if this was just a billionaire who's like, hey guys, I love games, want to watch me play some games, I bet people would respond way better. If he was just honest about it, that's like, yeah, I suck at this game, but I want to try it.
But I like playing video. Right, I suck, but I like playing the game
and like it. But instead, he's like, no, I'm the best player in the world.
He does.
I'm one of the
top
tier players.
He does punchable shit. You just want to punch him, bro. He's weird. He does punchable shit, dude.
Taking time off work to play Path of Exile.
He really do. He's cringe, bro.
It's just so cringe. What kind of loser do you have to be to be one of the wealthiest, most well-known people in the world, but you need gamers' approval, and you're gonna pay someone to do it. You're gonna fake it. And I think that's just a testament or a showcase of money doesn't buy happiness. When you're a loser,
Facts.
When you have no one in your life that wants to spend time to you, so you go to Mar-a-Lago on Thanksgiving to spend it with a president instead of with your family. What a douche. Anyways, that's the lore. Crazy.
We ain't got the footage of it, though?
I mean,
I wanted to see the footage. Fuck all
that's
that.
basically it. Yeah, man.
I want to see the footage of him crashing out.
Let me see if I could probably find some of that shit.
That was I was waiting on that.
I'll probably find some of that for you real quick. Here we go. I think we see right here.
Elon Musk proved it.
He's proved
he's not good at Path of Exile 2. Now, to prove Starlink is a reliable service,
short,
Elon did a continuity stream on his private jet, and he decided to stream Path of Exile 2, which previously he's been called out for using somebody to boost his account, only to not make it past the tutorial multiple times, which I guess is an achievement in itself, but Elon was also getting aggressively bullied by other gamers, and it was so bad, I don't think I can tell you what they said in this video. But to top all of this off, he kept losing connection to Starlink, ended up getting frustrated, quit the game, and ended the stream. He probably should have left this one. Elon Musk proved it.
So not only that, his own intellectual property wasn't even fucking working properly. The shit that was supposed to help him stream the game, Starlink. You know what Starlink is?
Yeah.
He was trying to showcase. So ultimately, he was trying to showcase his own product, Starlink, and that shit didn't even work properly. And then on top of that, he got trolled off of the game by people who actually play the game because he's not good at the game. He just sucks all around. Like,
I feel like when it comes to these situations, you can't do nothing but just laugh and shake your head because it's just he embarrassing himself.
It's one of those.
But it's fucked up though because he got so much money. It's like it ain't gonna matter. But it's just like you still a goof.
Yeah, but it's just like one of those like situations where it's like, for what? Why are you doing all this?
Because he's insecure and he's a goof.
But it's like what reason do you have to be insecure with as I guess, quote unquote, successful and as wealthy as you are, you have no reason to be that insecure. Like, it ain't never been that deep. Like, I have never in my life said, yeah, I'm going to pay the homie that's really good at video games to play video games as me so I can tell all the other homies I'm really good at video games. I'm going to just get nice at the game.
I can't wrap my head around it either. You would think that, like, they think about every angle as far as, like, how they're perceived, but hey, man, these people also be delusional too, and also they have so many yes men around them that they're probably they're delusional. They don't even they're in a world where they don't see regular reality, so they do shit and be thinking that it's okay, not realizing how crazy they look because they really are in their own world.
It's like
they're detached.
It's kind of like, I hate to bring this person up, but like, did you ever hear the story of when R. Kelly would play basketball with his homies?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, even if you're better than him, you can't beat him at the game because he'll get mad because he's insecure.
Facts. Yeah,
like, which is crazy. Like, for me to be like, let's say, a professional basketball player, not necessarily knowing R. Kelly's moving.
Because like Bro said, we
just happen to be hooping with him casually. Like, but it's like, dang, bro, I can't, like, I'm supposed to just take a L because I'm playing with you?
Right.
Like, that's crazy.
And he said to him, he's like, yo, what do we matter? We regular gamers. You up.
That part. It's just weird.
And technically got all the money and time to be better. Like, you actually have the luxury to literally not do shit and play games all day. Yeah, that's another. Yeah,
it's weird.
But on another topic, we gave him too much energy. Fuck him. He can eat a whole dick. You can bleep that out if you want to, but that's how I really feel though. Yeah, so I kind of want to take it down to a more random standpoint. I like to always, show y'all different things, man. I think outside the box. I feel like when it comes to regular day things as consumers, we forget how special things are because we take it for granted. We don't realize how precious certain things are and how many things come to us in such a delicate way. And what I'm saying is the things around you are precious. It takes time to make. Well, at least some things. You got to pay for quality. And one thing I do know that still costs money that hasn't went down in value is maple syrup. Now, for those that don't know, because low key, my man Ern, didn't you say what you say earlier? What we talking about? We had a whole thing because we was talking about maple syrup and fucking regular syrup.
Yeah, just stores. Like syrup, different syrups we grew up on, like just kind of traditionally walking down the grocery aisles and.
I didn't know Aunt Jemima was technically maple syrup. That shit do not taste like maple syrup.
Yeah, no, it's like, I mean, it's not gonna taste like homemade maple syrup because it's made in a factory, like mass produced.
It's just crazy because I legit thought that shit was straight corn syrup.
But then again, even though I feel like the actual maple syrup at times is mass produced, they have a different process for mass producing it.
True.
So that goes into play.
Long story short, people, I'm about to show y'all how maple syrup is made. I felt like when I watched the process, it was just like very simple, but yet still very tedious. And when I looked at how long it took to make it, I realized why maple syrup actually costs what it costs. But also, maple syrup is just really fucking good. Honestly, like I prefer it over like any other type of syrup, to be real with you. And then what's crazy, because like I said, I actually didn't know that Aunt Jemima was maple syrup. So it's like, because I always looked at it just like some cheap ass cheap ass corn syrup shit. And then maple syrup is its own standalone, like that's maple syrup. And then you have just this bullshit that is mass produced. And even when you said it was maple, I still feel like they're saying that, but it ain't actually maple syrup. It's more like maple flavor.
I mean, yeah, but
that shit ain't no maple syrup, my guy. You can look in the ingredients and see if it says anything about maple.
It does. It has maple in it.
It said maple?
Yeah.
It said it in the ingredients. All right.
Yes.
All right.
It says it is maple syrup.
All right.
Well, you found a video on YouTube or is it on your phone?
No, it's on YouTube. It's a little short.
I didn't know what you searched to find it. So
there's actually footage that shows a pretty hefty process. But I like the way this guy explained it because it was short and sweet. and he didn't really do too much.
Oh, it was this guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let me know when you let's get this joint ready. I'll just cut all this out. Ready?
Yeah.
It's that time of year again. We're going to be tapping some maple trees today. The weather's finally right for it. The temperatures have been well above freezing during the daytime and below freezing at night, and that's what you need for the sap in these maples to flow. But it's looking like it's going to be a short season this year. I only use the largest trees, and I drill on the south-facing side, which gets the most sun throughout the day. And my trees always heal just fine. I'm going to drill my tap hole above one of these roots, about 3 feet up or so, not too close to last year's tap hole. Drill at an upward angle, 1.5 to 2 inches deep, and I use a 5/16 drill bit. I'm also going to need these spiles. I'll just push these in. Then I'll give it a few taps. These are all red maples I'm tapping since I don't have any sugar maples on my property, but you can use any species of maple. Sugar maples just have the highest sugar content in its sap, which is mostly water. It takes about 40 gallons of sap boiled down to make 1 gallon of syrup. Sometimes more, sometimes less.
40 gallons.
I'll just come back tomorrow, check on these, see how much sap we...
He said how long though?
He said it takes about, I think he said it takes about 40 gallons to make 1 gallon.
40 hours. That's what he said. 40 hours to make 1 gallon.
He said 40 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, I just said 40 gallon. Okay. See, you see my ears. You see, I'll butcher some shit. All right, so that was the first video, right? That was him tapping. So tapping, he basically, for those that might not be able to pay attention what the fuck going on, he tapped the tree, pretty much poked a hole in that shit so where it can leak out. It leaked the maple. The maple's clear. He puts it inside of a jug. He's collecting that, he said, for 40 hours?
Yeah, he said no. He said just lets it sit there for letting it sit outside and like letting it drip for 40 hours.
For 40 hours, and then he collects to make the actual syrup.
He said 40 hours gives him a gallon of drip.
I do apologize for the shorts because that's what was made, but it is much more digestible this way. Here's the second part right here. Boiling it down. He's boiling down 2 gallons of maple sap to make the syrup.
Let's see how much maple syrup we can get from 2 gallons of maple sap, straight out of the tree. I'll start by pouring 1 gallon into this stock pot, not too full so it doesn't boil over. Then I'll bring it to a boil on my state-of-the-art sap boiler here, and as it boils down, I'll keep adding more sap. This is a very simple process, but a very long process. It's been 3 hours so far. I'll start adding my 2nd gallon. Maple sap is mostly water, so we're just getting rid of most of that water through steam.
It's nighttime. He started that day.
Sweet. Just tastes like sugar water with maple flavoring. So at this point, once I only have a small amount left, after I fight the urge to drink it all, I'll strain out all the ash and debris that fell in there. Then I'll finish it off on the propane stove, just so no more ash from the fire gets into it. Once it reaches 7 degrees above the boiling point of water, that's when I know it's done and I have maple syrup. So I want to pull it off once it reaches 219. I'll turn the heat down, and I ended up going a little over, so the syrup is a little on the thick side, and I ended up with just under 4 fluid ounces, which is just under half a cup. Took about 8 hours of boil.
That's crazy.
8 hours. That was the part that really had me fucked up on it, and that's why I had to give you guys the whole little, I guess you could say monologue. Is that what it was called? Little monologue, because at the end of the day, like, there's so many things. I don't know if monologue was the word, but anyway, there's so many things that's made in front of us that we like don't really see, like how long it takes to make.
I see why it's so expensive because
that's
like
what the fuck I said.
But I'm saying though, like 8 hours. Okay, really,
bro. You saw how much?
48 hours, 2 days.
Yo,
to get
he started
this
that
much
shit
syrup.
He had 3 hours just for the first gallon, and he went and poured the second one after 3 hours.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for this much syrup, it takes you 2 days to produce all that.
That's crazy, man.
Not only the first and foremost, you got to find maple trees first.
And there's another thing too that's really interesting is like, how did someone discover that? Like, how to even discover that and to be, you know what I mean? Like, who was the first to discover syrup?
Honestly, probably the Native Americans.
These be the things that I'd be so curious to know, bro, because you had to first get it to come from the tree.
I'm gonna say Native Americans.
You had to get it to come from the tree first. You didn't it wasn't a syrup. That's the crazy part. It wasn't a syrup. You don't even know what a syrup is. It had to come out out of the tree, and then you end up in a situation where most cases it's accident.
I mean, but honestly though, Native Americans knew about tree sap though, so it's like I imagine they probably just took a liking to the flavor of that particular sap from the maple tree, and then was just like, you know what, we just gonna figure out how to extract this shit.
Yeah, you already coming up with assumptions saying you think they made it. I'm not saying they didn't.
I mean, who else was here to fuck with maple trees first?
Maple trees native to here?
I believe they're native to North America.
Let's look it up.
Let me see.
I feel it. No, well, actually, they're not native to here because there's maple trees in fucking Canada.
That's North America.
Yeah, but but I'm saying though, maple trees in general. I'm thinking like somewhere in a different country somewhere. They're probably everywhere, bro. They're probably not just native to like North America. Like you got to think about it. You can take a whole tree somewhere anyway and plant it.
Yeah, but I mean like naturally, bro.
Yeah, I did say native. You're right. I don't know, bro. I feel like there got to be some maple trees outside of there. I'm not seeing that being native to here. It doesn't make sense. I feel like it's got to be some maple trees.
Oh no, they're not exclusively found in North America.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, they got to be outside of here, yo.
The ancestral home of the majority of maple species, with over 100 species native to East Asia. Okay, North America, about 9 species of maple are native to North America. Europe and Western Asia, 11 species.
Ask who produces the maple syrup the most.
Okay.
Who produces the most maple syrup?
Probably Canada. Cause like pancakes, like I feel like I don't.
Cause like
pancakes and waffles and shit.
Honestly.
Yeah, Canada is the world's largest producer and exporter of maple syrup.
I feel like Canada and America are the only 2 places where maple syrup is relevant. So you would naturally think, oh, there's not maple syrup, not maple syrup, but you naturally think that like the maple tree itself isn't.
The indigenous peoples of northeastern North America were the first to discover and produce maple syrup long before Europeans arrived. Yeah, so Native Americans.
Okay, but yeah, you would think that the way you would think that maple syrup, or not maple syrup, I keep saying maple syrup. You would think that maple trees itself would be more relevant to America and Canada, but at the end of the day, it's like I would have to believe that tree exists in different places. It's just the way we like look at things culturally. Like I can't see people in Asia eating maple syrup the way we eat it. You know what I mean? So it's to us, we naturally assume like, oh, there ain't no maple trees out there. But nah, there's got to be maple trees out there.
Because I'm like, is there even like...
There's got to be maple trees out there.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. My mind was just like, certain trees only grow in certain parts of the world. So
I know. That's why I was saying, and that's why I was like, yeah, North America has them, but it's like, we probably are just the main producers of maple syrup, basically. Or it's Canada, which is North America, but I don't really. I still count Canada. I look at Canada as different from America, even though
it's honestly probably just based on like the foods we eat too. Like we eat a lot of pancakes and like waffles and stuff over here from a breakfast standpoint. So it's like,
well, they eat. Yeah, true.
Because pancakes are more of an American thing, right?
I don't know. I don't think so. Now we going.
That's going down the rabbit hole.
I don't know, man.
Are pancakes American? Origins, a global phenomenon. Oh, okay. A global phenomenon. Although we consider pancakes a classic American breakfast, their origin isn't rooted in America. But we do eat a lot of them motherfucking shits over here. Let's see what the fuck. Where's this shit from?
Probably some European shit.
Damn, of course the fucking page ain't gonna load.
ChatGPT.
Wow. Here we go. Let's see if there's something. Okay. They eat a lot of pancakes in the United Kingdom, Australia, and also just other European countries as well. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, shit. On to the next, I suppose.
That was interesting, though.
Yeah, man. I gotta,
learn something new.
Learn something new, man.
You're gonna learn something today.
Facts.
Sure, what we got next?
That's why you should look at the list. That's why we shared.
What we got next?
Mixtape Mt Rushmore, man.
Okay. Right.
Mixtape Mt Rushmore. We can keep it short and brief on this one, but check your DMs. I think you should be in there. Next topic is somebody made a post about the mixtape Mt Rushmore, and I sent it to you on Instagram. They actually have like 4 figures of who they believe is the mixtape Mt Rushmore, and I'm not mad at it. I think it's pretty spot on. I think it is a little. It might vary based off where you're from. We're from the South, so all those people on the Mt Rushmore make total sense. I did notice that somebody in the comments has said that Young Jeezy is not on there and should be on there instead of Currency. I'm gonna say that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But I love how people have an opinion on things and like to chime in. It's just that you gotta know what you're talking about when you say it, because at the end of the day, just because he dropped a mixtape and it could have been a classic, doesn't mean he's on a Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore means these people have solidified what it means to put out mixtapes. And before we even go further on that, I just want to say, we today literally reference Lil Wayne when Lil Wayne. Some of these rappers have eras. Like Gucci Mane had an era. There's ice cream face Gucci, and there's like Gucci now. There's mixtape Wayne, and then there's Wayne now. I say all that to say, there's eras of certain people. Wayne literally has his own era where it was just mixtape Wayne. So for just that alone, Wayne by default is gonna be there. So when we're talking about mixtapes, it's gotta be consistency and impact. Jeezy doesn't belong in there. I just had to say that to whoever said that. And then somebody also chimed in and said that Jeezy doesn't have more mixtapes than Spitter, which is facts. So why would you want him to be on there? That's why some people just gotta shut the fuck up, man. I'm not trying to be a dick, but I can't stand when people say shit and they just don't know what they're talking about. You clearly don't know what you're talking about. Currency should definitely belong there over fucking Jeezy.
Currency is literally known for mixtapes.
Yes. Yes.
It's like one of his bread and butters.
Like literally.
Like he's known for. I remember at one point, I can't remember what year it was. He dropped a mixtape every month on the 30th of every month and called it like 6:30, 7:30, 8:30.
He did though.
9:30.
Because didn't it go to 30?
11:30. I don't think so.
It didn't?
I think 12:30 was the last one.
Oh, you're right. It was 12:30. It was 12:30.
But it was just like one of those situations where it was like, yo, like, and it was. I feel like people still dropping mixtapes in between those mixtapes.
It's crazy though, because people in the comments are saying where Jeezy at. I think people are getting it misconstrued though, because like somebody else also said Wiz Khalifa.
He did have Jeezy did have some mixtapes.
I'm not saying he didn't.
He did.
But I
don't feel like they hold the same weight.
They classics.
They're classics, but they don't hold the same weight as like.
Cause the same thing with Wiz. Somebody in the comments also said Wiz Khalifa belongs in there. Now I'm not mad at that, but you got to understand too. The problem is when you break it down in eras. Wiz Khalifa did have an era, but the problem is, let's just be real. Wiz Khalifa was part of a mixtape era, meaning everybody at one time was putting out mixtapes. You don't really count. There were certain artists that was putting out mixtapes before the wave. Wayne was one of them. Gucci Mane was one of them. Currency was one of them. These people was putting out mixtapes before the mixtape wave, and then just so happened to be part of the mixtape wave. Wiz Khalifa was an artist emerging through the mixtape wave, so he inevitably had to put mixtapes out. There was a point in time where if you came up as a rapper during that wave, you're putting mixtapes out.
You pretty much had to put out mixtapes.
Niggas didn't have albums out like that.
That was around like the blog, Dat Piff, live mixtapes era. So it was like if you were not on those sites dropping music, you were not going to get pretty much any traction as an up-and-coming artist.
Facts.
Because like that's where people would go to get their music. The blogs and Hot New Hip Hop, live mixtapes, and Dat Piff.
So I'm not mad at that. Boys. I'm not mad at that. But like, if you're gonna, and that's crazy, it's gonna sound fucked up. I was about to say, if you're gonna take somebody off, take Future off. But you can't even take Future off.
Nope.
You can't take Future off. You can't take Future off.
Because his mixtapes were going crazy from like, 2010 through 15.
And back to Currency.
He had like a whole 5-year run of mixtapes.
Currency low key is the main rapper that still drops albums like mixtapes.
Yep.
He's the only one that still drops albums like mixtapes. Like really, and I say only one like because he's really been doing it like that forever.
Matter of fact, he dropped so many mixtapes back in the day. He had to drop an album called This Ain't No Mixtape. So, what we talking about?
Yeah, like for somebody to say to swap him out for Jeezy is crazy. Somebody else also said 50 Cent should be on there. Now this is where this is back to that conversation we had though.
Shit.
Somebody said, I mean Gucci Mane, nah, he's solid, but it's gonna be Master P. Now, this is when it get tricky because depending on where you from and what generation you from, you might be able to put Master P on there on the Mount Rushmore mixtapes because bro got to where he's at and started the empire off the strength of mixtapes.
You know what I'm gonna say? The common through line for all these people is
What?
the majority of the people.
What?
Most of them are from the South or have some connection to the South.
Well, then Master P should definitely be on the Mount Rushmore.
I even think of Drama and Cannon. They're not necessarily from the South, but they were down south.
Yeah.
Fucking with down south artists during the mixtape era.
Is Don Cannon from like DMV area?
Cannon's from, I want to say Philly.
Oh, okay.
I think both of them might be from Philly, low key.
Oh yeah, he is from Philly. Oh, Dia Drama is from Philly.
I think both of them might be from Philly. Let me see where Cannon's from.
But anyway, I could be wrong, but I do feel like
Cannon's from Philly.
Okay, I do feel like this is a valid one. Master P could be on there too, though. Definitely, he'd be the oldest too on there. He'd be
DJ Drama's he's from Philly as well.
Okay.
So both of them are from Philly.
Yeah, I'm not mad at this lineup. If
yeah, I'm not tripping.
You can't take none of them off for sure.
No, you can't. You can't.
People are fucking talking about that fucking Trap or Die. People not playing.
That shit was. I mean, that's what I'm saying. He had like Jeezy had some shit, but he didn't have.
I thought Trap or Die was an album.
I want to say there was a. I want to say it was technically a mixtape.
Hold on.
Because there was Thug Motivation 101. That was the album.
Oh, you right. That was a mixtape.
Yeah.
Gangsta Grills. That is.
Yeah, because the Trap or Die shit was his mixtape series. Trap or Die 2. Was it Trap or Die? I think one of the Trap or Dies was an album, though, I think.
You said one of them was an album?
I think one of them was. I think the last one was the album. But I could be wrong.
Damn,
like,
man.
I like Jeezy, but I wasn't like a crazy Jeezy fan.
Yeah, my homie Andrew, he used to love Jeezy. That's the only reason. Really, that's how I knew a lot of Jeezy from him. I couldn't get into Jeezy like that though.
A lot of my older homies like Jeezy a lot. They like him way more than I did. He was cool.
So yeah, shit. I think those are cool though. I'm not mad at those at all. And I feel like as far as Future goes, he know me. He know I don't listen to Future like that, but I was around. Future was dropping mixtapes after the mixtape era. And that's facts. That's facts. Cause the motherfucking, what's that shit called? The 56 nights or 50 something nights.
Oh yeah, 56 nights.
That was way after mixtape wave.
Yep.
That was 2019.
No, it wasn't.
Well, no, 2015. My bad. I'm tripping. 2015.
I think it was 2014.
No, it wasn't. It was 2015, bro. I was in LA when that shit happened. That's 2015.
Okay.
I'll never forget. That was 2015.
All I know is I was in college when that shit came out.
It was 2015. I was way past mix. That the point is, it was way past mixtape era.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. And that was a mixtape, and he was consistently putting mixtapes out.
That's what I'm saying. Though, he had like a whole 5-year run, basically from 2010 up until. I feel like people didn't really catch on until like 2011.
And then Gucci self-explanatory. We don't even have to.
He got so many mixtapes.
Yeah, Gucci is.
I feel like it'd be impossible to have all of Gucci's mixtapes.
For him to not be on there, you'd be crazy.
Because every time you find one, every time you got all of them, another one gonna pop up. Out the woodworks. It's gonna be like, damn, you got another one?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So the Mount Rushmore of hip hop is kind of interesting from a mixtape standpoint.
We can go ahead and jump into the jam sessions, man, or the videos actually.
All right.
Where we at on the clock? What time?
We're at 57 minutes.
Not bad.
Let me see. Okay. Yeah, so the first music video of the night, I feel like it only makes sense because like the one of the videos we showed last week, or the last episode rather, depending on when you catch this, was by a group called Paris, Texas, and it was technically like a 2-part video. So I figured I would go ahead and run the second part. The first part we showed was They Left Me With a Sword. The second part of the video is They Left Me With a Gun. So we're going to run that for y'all right now. I haven't seen this. This is my first time watching this with y'all.
Same.
Alright. That's crazy, the bullet's coming back out.
This shit crazy.
Hand on my 2 perfect sons. Vanish at once, before I banish thee to the underworld. Come on, scram. Open. Boys, it's me. I'm a gun now. Ah, this is way better. Now, what do you say we collect our riches and fetch those beautiful babes?
She got cake trying to eat me too. When I wake up, me be me. Won't smoke, that's UV too. If I suck, I bite me too. I sick with UV ray. Can't fuck till I hear.
This video is crazy. Who came up with this shit, man?
I don't know. Honestly, I saw this on social media for the first time. That's what made me look up the other video. I saw this one. And I was like, okay, this one
Yeah, I
is
saw
like
this shit too, but I was just like, who came up with this concept? Is crazy. I fuck with it though. It's gnarly.
It'd be nice if it worked that easy for ATM standpoint.
Kind of a dick. Yeah, you're kind of right. I actually hate that thing.
What the? Wait.
It's kind of a dick. I hate that thing. It's crazy.
I thought we were comrades. You will regret this.
What's up, ladies? We're going fucking.
I kiss my black ass. He said that hat he wearing.
Oh my goodness, we're going fucking. It's crazy. Oh my god.
Okay. So what's up? You guys have a lot of money here.
Oh,
Where did it all come from?
we stole it.
The fly buzzing in the background.
So,
Right.
So you guys, like,
Are you okay?
yeah, my bad. So,
My bad.
Is there something? What's going on?
yeah, so,
Hello.
Oh,
Yo,
shit.
what the fuck? Yo, what the fuck? Bruh.
What the hell? You ditched me. I thought we were friends. You betrayed me. Fuck you. Killed our girlfriend. Ruined everything. Stupid bitch. You're a bitch.
Did the gun shoot both of them?
I don't know. I guess so.
You've left instructions. Tremble, boys. I shall summon the greatest demise upon you both. For I am not merely a gun, or the noble steel from whence I was wrought. I am the whisper in the dark that shall sing thy final requiem. For thy souls shall be slain. Oh, fuck.
The sword came back and saved him, huh?
Whoa. Crazy.
Crazy.
That was weird. Hey.
Yeah.
When we got separated, did you get to keep both balls? Because I only got one.
Yeah, I got both. Yeah. But you're taller than me. So
I know.
That's so random, bruh.
This is crazy.
It wasn't even really a song. It was a little short.
Short film.
I fuck with that though. Took you on a little journey. Shout out to Paris, Texas. For those that don't know, they got some crazy visuals. If y'all thought y'all saw something, check them out. They got way more than just that. That's just crazy though.
All right, yeah, so that was the first video of tonight's lineup. Continuation of a video from last episode. We got up here next. Aha, yes, next. I don't know where this artist is from, but you know, we've been trying to show women a little bit more love in this music video lineup. So we have a song from an artist named Kelow Latesha. The name of the song is Celebration.
Honey, are you fucking kidding me?
From the studio to the plane, we gon' switch location. Hands there, baby, never look basic. Every day I live feel like a vacation. It's money in the air, it's a dance celebration. I'm getting so big, my haters got faces. These niggas so fake, baby, I can't take it. Bitch look good, but I never would chase it. Hickey bank big, bitch, let's go break it. Rockin' that product, that language from money. Hot wheel turbo, this big body. It's really in me and it's really on me. Tell me, hey, baby, who gon' stop me? Pretty young thing right now in the law. Putting that shit on, that be a hobby. I got them pissed, they gon' need a party. They gon' watch me and they gon' copy. Everything I got, baby, dog, like a hang. I'm on my drill, but I'm gon' try. Money coming in, it's coming out. These snakes is mad, they looking right. My ex is sick, she need some cable. Need no brown, that bitch got canceled. Take that risk, we finna gamble. Bet on myself, I lead by example. Tribaholic, workaholic.
It's beat going though.
Right. Automatic, supersonic, bank account, I'm really blessed.
I feel like I seen a snippet of this.
You might have.
Yeah, I seen a snippet of this.
She could just think about is having sex. From the studio to the plane, we gon' switch location. Hands there, baby, never look basic. Every day I live feel like a vacation. It's money in the air, it's a dance celebration. I'm getting so big, my haters got faces. These niggas so fake, baby, I can't.
I've heard of her. I just never listened to her music.
I'm surprised this video doesn't have. I mean, I have, but I'm surprised this video doesn't have more views though.
It just dropped.
I mean, yeah, but it was already on. That's how I found it through social media.
I got them pissed, they gon' need a party. They gon' watch me and they gon' call. Flights is booking, yes, I'm busy. Sold out shows from city to city. Gassed up, I'm never empty. Grinding like I'm pretty Ricky. Third quarter, dropping 60. Baby, you can't lose with me. Pussy boy, I'm moving 50. Hell nah, you can't move with me. Drop your location, I'm coming to find you, baby. Boo, you look good as fuck. I know I don't need to remind you, baby. I can see we are. Bitches mad, can't keep
I wonder where she from.
Look it up. Heaven, but ain't having up. I like to keep adding up. From the studio to the plane, we gon' switch location. Hands there, baby, never look basic. Every day I live feel like a vacation. It's money in the air, it's a dance celebration. I'm getting so big, my haters got faces. These niggas so fake, baby, I can't take it. Bitch look good, but I never would chase it. Hickey bank big, bitch, let's go break it. Rockin' that product, that language from money. Hot wheel turbo, this big body. It's really in me and it's really on me. Tell me, hey, baby.
Oh, she from Maryland.
Pretty young thing right now in the law. Putting that shit on, that be a hobby. I got them pissed, they gon' need a party. They gon' watch me and they gon' copy.
Hey. Okay. That was dope.
All right, that was Kelow Latesha.
Shout out to Kelow Latesha.
No, big facts.
Yeah.
Shout out to PG County, Maryland too. That's where she's from.
Yeah.
This next music video is from an artist that we accidentally discovered, but it was a great find. I ain't gonna hold y'all. It was one of the greatest finds
of the recent years, for sure, though.
Oh my God, great find.
Yeah.
Anyway, another music video from Papo, 2004. It's off of his newest project, and it's called Chopper City Pop.
He's the definition of a gym. He's the definition of an anomaly. Look at the Subway fucking sign, bro. You see that shit?
Yeah.
Big ass Subway sign. Yeah, you can tell that's the studio spot.
You heard this project yet?
Hell yeah.
This whole shit go damn near.
I ain't like
no
dive,
skips.
I ain't dive deep into it. I played it all the way through though. A few times.
There's only a couple of tracks that I skipped through.
Yo, when he come out here, it's a rap. Is he coming out here or no? Not yet.
If he come out here.
He probably will soon. Or hit Seattle.
Made me feel like I'm down south again.
Right.
Bring them out. I got merch, I got tapes, I've been shipping out. I ain't got no time to be arguing, shorty tripping out. Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out.
Hey.
Minds, pressure, hit a show 'em what it's about. Feel like Weezy on dedication, but this shit like the drought. If you try and put your money on pop, bet the house. Drink beer, stone cold, smoke dope, but I don't stand on chairs. 85,
But I don't stand on chairs.
All on my life, still ain't missed, don't ask me why. People all in tune, it's real life, I can't just lie. Hopaholic, rapping like I'm trapping, come get you. You ain't gonna ever lose no bitches, chasing money, the purse come first. Better say I'm sorry, wipe the tax me if I party. Ain't standing on no chairs, gotta learn from the hard. Good fun on my ball, hope forever can't go. Slowly feel like Lori Hall, I better say I'm sorry. Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. Blinds, pressure, hit a show 'em what it's about. Feel like Weezy on dedication, but this shit like the drought. If you try and put your money on pop, then bet the house.
All right, that was Chopper City Pop by Popo 2004 and Subjxct 5. Now we're about to get into
Jam Sesh.
The Jam Sesh, the Jam Sesh, the Jam Sesh.
Y'all better be glad we love y'all. It's 1 in the morning.
Not big facts. So, first song in tonight's lineup. I don't know where this artist is from. I'm assuming Memphis, just based on the sound, but the name of the song is Shake Junt, and it's by Los KEMET. Or Los KEMET. There we go.
Okay.
Something for something, that's how they gon' play it. I ran through the trenches and got on a mission. Know how I laid, you cock it.
You said where you from?
Come to them commas, I shoot with precision.
I want to say Memphis.
Nah, you can't say that. Nowadays, it's best to not say that. Just
I said based on the sound, I want to say Memphis.
That's my point.
I said I didn't know where he was from.
But nowadays, there's a lot of people sounding like Memphis that ain't from Memphis.
I said I didn't know where he was from.
I'm saying though, but
I said I didn't know where he was from.
I don't know.
Where you from? What you see?
I don't know.
Oh, that's what looking up.
No. I was just saying.
Where you from?
Some nigga don't need no proof. Niggas pimp hoes, hoes pimp niggas too. Either way, let's fleet the coupe. Bitch, I'm a Big Mac, switch hoes, mix match your hands. Some nigga don't need no proof. Shake, jump, shake, jump, shake, jump. Goddamn, shake, jump, shake, jump, shake, jump. Goddamn, shake.
That's called Jackson, Memphis, Atlanta, and Chicago home.
It's called what?
He said he's lived in all of those places.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't wrong to say based on the sound. I'ma say Memphis.
Favorite rapper you will spin, and I'ma rap they ass up, disintegrate them inside of bins, send they ashes to they kids. Now I'm your daddy, what it is. Hop in the whip out the weed and slid. Niggas ain't dead, they spin again. Two-tone, nah, knock off 10. Niggas didn't ask for the wrong dead friends. Hang them off the side right by that slab. Me and my roadies down the crash. Nats on shit, how we on they ass. Play with your bitch, I'm not your shake, shake, shake. Goddamn, shake, shake, goddamn, shake, goddamn, shake, goddamn.
I'm fucking with. What's the name of this track?
Shake Junt.
Shake Junt.
Yeah, and it's by KEMET. It's just gonna be this scene today for this shit. Anyway, the next song in the lineup is by Robb Bank, and it's called The Truth.
Hey, yeah, bet they tell the truth. Yeah.
Like I've heard this before.
Yeah, you heard this whole tape.
I mean, it's in, I feel like this is one of the songs that I fucked with off.
I like it.
Catch me hanging at the roof. I can't kill the mama, she a bird, she a swoop. Say 25.
She a bird, she a swoop.
We gon' shoot it out to someone die, I don't want the truth.
Play that shit.
Yeah.
4:30 death.
Big 430, big femto, you know what it is? Yeah. Nigga ain't putting interest on nothing, ain't no fuck nigga fee around me. Yeah, on that. Yeah. Having that shit my way. Like OJ back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Shit going though.
Ever had a white woman braid your dreads and give you a retwist? I can make a one night stand feel like a first kiss. Block been hot and
I did have a white woman give me some cornrows one time. I ain't like that shit. Respectfully. It's one of the worst braiding experiences I've ever had in my life.
I got Jupiter on my ring, I got Pluto on my wrist. Sailor Moon cosplay my bitch, Coldplay I ride up my fist. I hate them in Colorado, last place that I got my heart. Tell me making now I'm like counters, y'all too opinionated to be so broke. I don't come down to your job not to mop out your fucking handhold. 2 hoes with me cause I know one gon' cheat. Ask her. Hey, yeah, bet they tell the truth. Yeah, we already knew the truth.
Already knew the truth.
Ask them, they already know the truth.
Hey.
Look at me, they tell you I'm the truth. Catch me hanging at the roof. I can't kill the mama, she a bird, she a swoop. Say he 25 and he living with who?
With who?
We gon' shoot it out to someone die, I don't want the truth. Tie my shoes up. I'm a player, I'm a boss. Been fucking
Shout out to all the swoops out there.
Niggas got you lost. Got your favorite female rapper tiptoeing out my house. I call TNZ before she leave and get a call. Tie my shoes up. I'm a player, I'm a boss. Been fucking with them broke ass niggas got you lost. Got your favorite female rapper tiptoeing out my house. I call TNZ before she leave and get a call.
Yes, I know some of the boy.
Happy? Run that shit back.
All right, that was The Truth by Robb Bank. Next song in the lineup is by AZ Chike, and it's called A Dawg.
Good shit out there.
Dawg.
Should be a pretty quick jam sesh.
Dawg.
I don't think any song is longer than like 4 minutes.
Except for that one.
Oh, the last one.
It was wet. It was fresh out my mama pussy. Knew I was blessed. I was flipping titty milk straight out the breast. Dawg. I'm straight out the vet. Woke up to some head, bitch. Straight out the stretch.
That man AZ got some joints.
Yeah, you do.
Told my shooter take the stairs. Got him stuck.
A lot of these Cali fools be going.
I'm fresh on the scene. Purple tag looking fresh on the jeans. 20-piece chicken fried fresh on the wings.
And this shit old too.
Now she fresh on the team. Dawg. Why you acting like a cat?
That song you sent me about him got a music video.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he get his latest project was with Loda Great. Shout out to Loda Great because he definitely makes some bops too.
It is what it is. Pauline on his head and stump on his seat. I shoot a 13, he'll step on your stage. Fresh fade for your bait. I'ma flex on her wigs. Dawg.
Dawg. Dawg. He be flowing.
Dawg. Cut the bitch off cause I knew it was best. Before I even fucked, bitch, I knew it was wet. It was fresh out my mama pussy, knew I was blessed. I was flipping titty milk straight out the breast. Dawg.
As you say, it rides out.
Facts. Next song in the lineup, it's called Blowin on Culture, and it's by Ruben Silk. Or Ruben Slikk, might be. Ruben Slikk.
You get it right. Respect on his name.
Not Silk, Slikk. Ruben Slikk.
Ooh.
Ooh. That nigga soft like a goddamn titty bitch. Want a real nigga, quit playing, get with me. I'm a true blue tongue kung fu mag. Tongue in a pussy, nah, I don't do that. Line on the plate, yeah.
Either way, Ruben Silk not a bad name though.
It ain't. Okay, this shit different.
Ruben Slikk also not a bad name. You're kind of smooth regardless of how you slice and dice it. I'm over here trying to justify butchering your name.
Purple fruit y'all niggas be fucking with the brown dude you fitted fucked up looking like you stairs. We blowing on courage that Reggie is useless. Smoking on a sack of the purple fruit y'all niggas be fucking with the brown dude you fitted fucked up looking like you stairs. We blowing on courage that Reggie is useless. The products look aquatic, my ice is so hypnotic. The double G's and YSL, my nigga, yeah, I got it. Louis V shades on my face, outstanding. Import swag looking so outlandish. Get her on my Gucci, double G's all on my linen, bitch. I be on that purple stripe, my cushion tastes like lemon, bitch. Pimp this shit. What y'all niggas make believe I'm living it. Hoes is on my team and I'm not taking it, they giving it. Hoes overseas, suck a dick long distance. Mouth got claw like the bong ain't hitting. After the magnificent, yeah, bitch, that is an album. I don't really need your bitch without her. I got mountains and mountains of racks. Bitch, just relax. Tilt your head back, let your lick on my sack. Like it's ice cream, but it's really nuts.
Like it's ice cream, but it's really nuts.
I gave a hoe a taste of game, a nigga never touched it. She left him worn out like a dirty pair of chucks. Then a nigga got chose, yeah, all cheesed up. Bitch on the back with her fucking knees up. Getting piped out, 150 for the stroke. Got gangrene stacks.
150 for the stroke.
Got gangrene stacks, so sick and finna crow. Smoking on a sack of the purple fruit, y'all niggas be fucking
Purple
with
fruit,
the You fitted
Where you get this from?
like you stairs. We blowing on courage that Reggie is useless.
Where you get this from?
Shit, where'd I get this from?
We blowing on courage that Reggie is useless.
Shit, Spotify. Shit, ride out too. Alright, the next song in the lineup. I don't know how to pronounce this, but I want to say it's Yqpone. And Matrix. The name of the song is called Uphill and Downhill. We are 5 songs deep already. What you know about this?
I don't. I know now. I'm learning.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the yellow Cash App for y'all. Even that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to just goddamn move this joint.
Move what?
The Cash App pop up for when we're on the couch. You rocking with this?
Not my vibe, but it's cool. I ain't mad at it.
They're going crazy with that flute. We're getting jazzy over here right now. They going ham on that one. Don't know how they getting that roll out there, but getting it in. Alright, that was the song. The next song, final song in the lineup, is by Kelow, and the name of the song is called Bells. This is definitely the longest one, by far.
Perfect song to close out too, though.
It is. Good closing track.
That shit.
Actually a good novelty item by Raw. It's an inflatable J. I actually want to get one of those inflatable Goodyear blimps.
The big ones?
Just to have. Yeah. Not like a huge one, but one. Hang that shit from the ceiling. Wait a minute. Somebody got an inflatable blimp, like a 16-foot giant inflatable advertising blimp. For sale for $532. Crazy, right? You know his head heavy.
Facts. You got it.
You know his head heavy.
You should look up a vintage one.
I feel like I just find one in general to have. Oh yeah, they definitely sell them.
What, vintage ones?
Just in general, they sell them. You can get one for
From
30,
the Goodyear?
The 33-inch one.
From the Goodyear website?
Nah, from this spot called Aviation Department. That's the size of it.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, when you get a fucking actual spot, your crib gonna be dope. It's gonna have fucking little shit everywhere.
They're not expensive either. All right, y'all, this song brings us to the end of tonight's Jam Sesh. We appreciate y'all rocking with us, per usual. It's the part of the show where we tell y'all to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your people. And then tune in for the next episode.
Holla at your boy. Earnsworld.com, awesomenothing.com.
We'll catch y'all later.
Yes, indeed.
Appreciate y'all stopping by.